Words appear. Right place, right time.
San Francisco, I took the diversity for granted. That's one of the reasons I moved out here from Texas.
The fact that it was about civil rights was why I was there, because I had by 1977 been politically active in the women's movement, in the San Francisco State Strike, in the solidarity with Cuba, solidarity with El Salvador, and in the abortion movement, all of which I considered civil rights issues. So I'd been, as I said, by this time on many a picket line.
So it was part of a larger ferment in San Francisco. And the city was a pretty crazy place back in those days. Well, we had Patty Hearst. We had the kidnapping of Patty Hearst. Before that, we had the Summer of Love. The city was not what you see now. It was not overrun by a lot of technical people.
As Huey Newton used to say, California is kind to the poor. You can be poor here and still look halfway good. You can't be poor in you're in Chicago, you need some shoes. You can't walk around with sandals on. You got to have shoes and a coat. That's a big difference. Now, of course, in San Francisco, it gets cold, but I mean, generally speaking, the weather allows for people to be a little more free, little better, with a better mindset.
But in the Bay Area, clearly we had, a well-organized disabilities community. We had people who were incredibly smart in terms of their own circumstances, what they thought the law of the land would and should be, what their rights to access were, what denial of access meant to a whole range of people in our community. But they'd had remarkable leaders.
2 months after I moved to California, I saw the energy of the disabled community. I said, wow, okay, this is good, this is good. So I saw people actively protesting. You didn't see it in New Jersey. You didn't see it in Illinois. I got to Berkeley and it's like a brand new world. Brand new world, okay? I'm all for this, right?
The reason why I moved over there is because of the disabled people. A lot of disabled people were over there. Because that was the first city that we could go to and that was kind of accessible because of their university.
San Francisco has a civil rights ethic or background to it, period. And I don't mean that everyone in San Francisco cares about civil rights, but certainly there's a significant community. And you have to remember that the graduate students at Berkeley, many, if not most of them, had done civil rights work before. It just wasn't disability rights necessarily.
I came to UC Berkeley and I was a student, so I was immersed in the disability civil rights movement. And because many of the people that were in the movement were in wheelchairs, I was one of the few people who could actually climb stairs and get petitions signed on the second floor. So if we had to ask the chancellor to put a ramp in at a particular building on the Cal campus, and his office was upstairs, I would usually be the one who would climb those stairs with a petition and stand around in his office and insist on getting him to at least acknowledge our petition.
And there was a tremendous amount of activity going on around the Berkeley area and also around other places in the country. The thing that stands out in my memory is that there were just so many people here who were kind of all collecting around the various disability centers where things were happening.
It couldn't happen this way in DC then, and living in DC now, it still couldn't happen in DC. It's just a completely different environment, and so I think the Bay Area was the right place, the right time, and the right background of things we've done.
Words appear in order of appearance. HolLynn D'Lil, 504 protester. Judy Brady, 504 protest supporter. Tom Rickert, 504 protest supporter. Elaine Brown, chairman of the Black Panther Party in 1977. George Miller, Congressman, Democrat, California, 11th District in 1977. Gary Gray, disability activist. Jim Engvall, 504 protester. Paul Grossman, disability rights attorney. Debbie Armstrong, 504 protester. Mary Lou Breslin, 504 protester. Judy Heumann, 504 protest organizer. Patient No More is a project created by the Paul K. Longmore Institute on Disability at San Francisco State University to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the ADA, patientnomore.org. Interviews recorded in 2014 by undergraduate students from Journalism 321, History 484, and staff from the Paul K. Longmore Institute on Disability at San Francisco State University. Edited by Hong Cheng. Audio description by Audio Eyes. Description voiced by Tobias Forrest. Copyright Paul K. Longmore Institute on Disability at San Francisco State University, 2015.